Are you struggling with becoming aware of when you get derailed and that inner voice takes over and you feel lost all of a sudden, focused on good things, and then everything falls apart? You're not alone. Next, we're going to talk about how to become more aware of those moments and what you can do to make it a tool versus a derailment. Yep, let's get into it. For the best strategies to improve your clarity, communication, and connection, subscribe to my channel and hit the bell to be notified when I post a new video every Wednesday. So stinkin' thinking. I love talking about this. I find a lot of my clients get trapped in patterns where they believe that they're going down a path of success, and then all of a sudden, in the middle of it, they're derailed. They're like, what just happened? Why did that happen that way? Like, they just don't even see all the things that led up to the situation they're in. So I really wanted to talk about how unconscious our thoughts can create these patterns of defeat and how early we can catch them. So today I really want to focus on just that. So if you're struggling with some of these things, I would love for you guys to put down below something specific that you may want to chat about, and I will definitely target that. Or maybe there's just something you would like to reach out in private and have a private conversation around. By all means, I would love to be there for you and support you as you navigate these things that are going on. So just reach out and tell me, either private message me or in the comments below, just say ignite and I will reach out to you privately. So actually it's reignite, not just ignite. So the first thing I wrote down that I wanted to talk to you guys about was the inner voice. How do we track some of these things that are going on unconsciously, right? Because we don't realize we're unconscious until that moment when we become conscious again. So I use my emotions to track a lot of things that are going on for me. So if I'm feeling a sense of lethargic or exhaustion or fatigue or any of those things that we don't want, right? That moment where we're like, I don't want to get up, I want to stay in bed. Or just the pure fact of just not feeling your best self. There's a aha moment in there. There's a moment to shift something. Not that we should always be joyful and blissful and always happy, but there's a moment where you're feeling disconnection that we can recognize that there's this moment where we can shift it and do something better. So play with that. If there's a moment where you're like, yeah, I really don't want to go to this event, or I really don't want to go to the movie with that person, or I really don't want to go to work today. Ask yourself, what is this about? Where is this really coming from? Is it that you've been pushing too hard and doing things, what I like to call dog duty, obligation, guilt, for too long, and no longer does it give you a sense of satisfaction or joy? That can happen. After a while, we can feel depleted and used because we're in dog for so long that we don't realize that we are no longer in the rhythm of life. We're feeling more of the grind, and that can hurt. So there's moments where that happens. The other thing that I've noticed is when I'm kind of disconnected and just doing things for the sake of doing them, I've lost a sense of joy. I've lost a sense of purpose. So I will quiet down my mind and sit within that and go like, okay, why do I do the things that I do again? What does that bring me? And just kind of journal it out or even meditate on that. I am huge on contemplation. So you guys know, if you've been following me for a while, that contemplation is a stage where you're observing your life and not getting deeply invested, not judging or criticizing or putting yourself in a stance of defense. So it's really more of an observation state. And you can really see and learn a lot about yourself and the things that you do when you stay in that state of mind. It's kind of to give you guys this little secret about meditation. That's the whole point. The reason we meditate is to observe, to be detached from the experience and get ourselves a better sense of observation so that we can respond or react in a way that supports our greater, higher good. So you have to take the time to invest in that. So that's one of the tools. I guess I kind of gave that away early, but that's kind of important to know that there's not really a disadvantage to going into these spaces. There's really an opportunity. So if you're ever feeling derailed or distracted or in a funk, know that that's your redirect moment. It's not a bad thing, it's a gift. And it just means you feel, which is really important, right? So tracking your inner voice is really following your emotions, becoming hyper aware of when you're feeling a little it doesn't have to be deep sadness. You don't have to be in a complete distraught state and lose a sense of yourself in order to be redirected. It can actually, you can have these little signs earlier and not have that whole, brick in the wall experience. Now, to avoid going down a dark side, I think it's really important to acknowledge that if you do not become good or I can't even say the word right now, diligent, I'll use that word instead, in tracking what's showing up for you, you can actually have a spin out. And this is going down the dark path, becoming very invested in pushing into something that may not be ready or may not be in a place of rhythm, and it can cause a lot of friction, a lot of pain in our lives. So going down a dark path is where you continue to do something without creating awareness, and you're pushing into it. You're really forcing yourself into these spaces and creating a lot of resistance in your life. So that's why it's so important to take those steps and really recognize, what am I feeling and why am I feeling it, and not project it, not go, oh, I'm feeling angry because such and such did this. No, not that same kind of thing. That's not what I'm talking about here. I'm actually talking about taking those moments and actually creating awareness of why you're reacting the way you're reacting to that experience. So I'm trying to think of a really quick example. This just happened recently. I think I talked about this a couple days ago about not going to the gym and pushing myself into work too long, and I didn't get my workout in. And it sounds so silly and probably, maybe even materialistic, but I really need my workouts because I've learned that if I go out to nature, I'm able to feel more connected and more joyful, and I feel a sense of myself, and I'm not as reactive and as angry. So nature's a really sacred, yummy space for me, and I like to go there every day. If I can't make it there every day, I have to kind of allow myself to be in that flow and not be invested. Well, this is where my work came up, because I kind of started getting down a dark path myself, where I had gone into work mode so quickly that morning that I was dressed to go to the gym, I was set my intention, and still got distracted into answering emails, and before I knew it, it was high noon. I hate it when that happens. But that was my opportunity, right? That was that moment where I was like, okay, wait a minute. I'm totally punishing myself, shaming myself for not making it to the gym and sticking into, the things that serve me best. And I always feel like we have to have those polarity moments where we do things that don't necessarily resonate with our intention so that we can get back on path. So I'm talking about having a bad experience and recognizing that you had to have it in order to go back to what serves you and what feels good. So following those moments where you get derailed and go, yeah, I kind of let myself get a little invested in my resentment about not following my path and being in a healthy place or doing things that serve me, to recognize, yeah, I need to stick to it and be more playful. And if I'm feeling the resistance, then to just drop everything and go and do it. There's no real reason to stay in dog during my lunch hour. I can, deal with clients and take care of things and take care of myself if I put it as a priority. So putting that back into a tool, recognizing my resistance, my anger, my frustration, and going, okay, instead of making and taking it out on everybody else around me, I'm going to go back and actually do something that feels good. So what I do, I put in my earbuds and went for a walk and talked with a client while I was out in nature. And it actually ended up being a really yummy moment for both of us, because I took him on a journey with me. We talked about all the things, and he kind of went on vacation with me. It was fun. So sometimes you can take those dark path moments and redirect them really quickly by grounding yourself. And I don't know if many of you have heard the term grounding. I know that it's kind of been around for a while now, so most of us do know. But grounding is where you kind of get present, be in your body, and recognize and follow that and feel those things and really just kind of stay consistent with it. So it does take mindfulness. The last thing is how to use it as a tool. It really is that simple. Recognizing those moments where you feel disconnected and ungrounded, use those moments. Don't carry a story of shame. Don't go into a place of I should have done this, I could have done that. You know, like I said before, when I didn't go to the gym, I made a great story about being the victim. I don't care how evolved you are, we have that talent. We can go into that super easy. That creative mind is alive and well. So getting a chance to redirect it was my gift, was my opportunity to do something different. It put me back in a playful state. It allowed me to be more productive that day and accomplish the things that I needed to do. And it only took me 20 minutes to do something that supported me, that served me. Now, maybe Mother Nature's not your thing, totally get that. But maybe an opportunity to look up some brainwave music up on YouTube. There's a plethora of that for free. And sometimes just 15 to 20 minutes of listening to brainwave music, just like a reboot, or there's some, I think I've looked up for a couple of clients, just even like a restart, some kind of like, you know, a sense of like a rebirth moment or something that helps you recalibrate some of those, I think it was actually, I used the word refresh. So if you look up on brainwave music refresh, I'll try to put some in here for you guys to check out. Get a chance to kind of do something different that supports you, and it's really fast. It kind of like just kind of shifts your brain. It's really lovely. You should check it out. So I'll be sure to put that down below for you guys. Now, if you're looking to like really shift things on a bigger level, I get that. Coming up in November on the 23rd, I have a one-day workshop. It's a, you know, get down and dirty quick kind of workshop. I did that intentionally. We're going to peel back some layers of some belief systems and understand exactly who you are and how you show up in an opportunity to have a more joyful life. So the whole plan is for you to, and I love these workshops because when I do them, people come out of it going, oh my gosh, that was such a bonding experience. It was so cool to have such a family so quickly. And that's what I love about it. It's a space to be vulnerable in a safe way and also work through things that have been blocking you from being in your joy. And I really am a big advocate of living a joyful life, even when things aren't so wonderful, but to use those moments to really kind of direct you back into joy. So the workshop's a lot of fun, and if you get a chance, I would love to have you there. If you want more information, I will tag it below for you guys again. And also to, you know, I think we're almost full in November's workshop. So we may be putting another one on the docket. You may want to at least let me know if you're interested. I can put you in the loop of other events and you can actually check them out. But I think we're almost to capacity. I think I have 5 spaces left. Love to have you guys there if you want to check it out. I'll put the registration down below. I am offering an early bird promo for it. So if that's still available, you're going to want to type that in. It's called, what did I do this time? Reignite, of course. So type in the promo code Reignite. You have to go through Eventbrite to snag in to get a hold of that, because it's the only way I could get that to work. So hopefully you'll be there. I'd love to see you and hear your amazing stories and learn more about you and what's going on for you. It's here in Phoenix. So hopefully I'll see you guys soon. Sending you all love. Make it a beautiful day. Focus hard on being clear. Have those amazing connections and take the time to communicate with integrity and patience. Sending you all love. Bye.